So I'm watching last night Deshaun Watson, who I said when he came out in the draft, not Mitch Trubisky, I said I'd take Deshaun Watson as the first quarterback. I didn't think he was as gifted maybe as an Andrew Luck, not as physically gifted as a Cam, but I said that's the best quarterback I've seen in college. He should have beaten Nick Saban twice. Saban had 6 weeks. He's great. And I'm watching him last night, and he just had another terrific night. They've won 8 straight. I know we fall in love with 2-game winning streaks for Baker Mayfield. A lot of average guys have had 2-game winning streaks. He's on an 8-gamer, terrific player, 19 of 24, a couple of touchdowns, can move, had a running game, and I'm really happy for him because he's also, I've been told, a great kid. But I was thinking about this. The NFL football is so much bigger than anything else in America. It's 4 times as popular as college football. I mean, in regular season games get 9 to 10 times what an NBA game does, 15 times what a baseball game does. It's the biggest sport in the country. And there's one position that matters more than any, quarterback, and we know that. These are $3 billion teams, $5 billion teams. Cowboys may be a $10 billion team. So think about that. This is the biggest sport in America by a mile. Quarterback is the number 1 position by a mile. And all these experts and all these college teams and all these scouts, how many teams in the NFL drive to work? How many owners, how many coaches, how many GMs drive to work in the entire NFL and think, for the next decade, we have a star quarterback? I think you'd be shocked to see how lucky Houston is. Now think about this. Let's eliminate 5 guys right off the top. They're all great, but they're not going to be here in a decade. Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Ben, Phillip Rivers. They're great. Let's take those 5 out. They're not going to be here in 10 years. All those teams, outside of maybe Green Bay, are all thinking of drafting a quarterback next year. And Green Bay, Aaron's going to be 35 in December. They're going to be drafting a quarterback in 3 years. So take those 5 out. They won't here. Let's take out the next 5, all the rookie quarterbacks. So let's take out Mayfield, Darnold, Rosen, Allen, Jackson. Don't freak out, Baker Mayfield fans. RG3 had a great rookie year. Vince Young had a great rookie year. You don't know because you beat Atlanta and Cincinnati? You don't know. Let's take out the rookies. You don't know based on 8, 9 NFL games. Let's take out another 5 guys who, let's just be honest, they're incredibly limited. Bortles, Dalton, Keenum, Eli, and Tannehill. They can win games. Eli's got some Super Bowls. They're now very limited quarterbacks. So we've taken out 15. Let's take out, these are the hard guys to take out. These are guys that are talented, but there's limitations. Stafford, Flacco, Alex Smith, Dak, Kirk, Derek Carr, Mariota, Jameis Winston. Come on, Mariota fans. He had 3 passes over 10 yards. He runs too much. He's hurt often. Now, I like Derek Carr a lot, but he may get traded in a year. Oakland doesn't love him as much as I do. And you know what you're left with? Now think about this again. This is the biggest sport, the most important position. What people give up 6, 7 picks to get the quarterback right. And here's what you are left with in the NFL. You are left with 10 quarterbacks, just a third of the league, that every owner, GM, and coach drives to work knowing we've got our guy for 10 years. Jared Goff, Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Carson Wentz, Jimmy G, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, and Trubisky. Now, I like Carr more than Trubisky, but I think people in Chicago are all in on Trubisky. I don't think people in Oakland are all in on Derek Carr, though I prefer him. Just when I'm watching last night, I'm watching Deshaun Watson. I'm thinking, man, Houston, you are in much more rarefied air than you realize. Only 10 teams in this league that for the next decade have their guy at the most important position, and they think we can win a Super Bowl. And outside of Trubisky, who I'd put in the good but limited, and Carr, who I would put in the franchise quarterback next 10 years, that's it. I could maybe add Derek Carr. It is. You want to know why teams give up 7 picks? Deshaun Watson, how good do you feel in Houston? 8-game winning streak. By the way, what makes these guys special, and Jimmy G, what about Jimmy G? You want to know what Kyle Shanahan is in San Francisco without Jimmy G? 2-17. He's got a winning record with Jimmy G. Hold off your cynicism, okay? It is, I was just happy for Houston. I was happy for Deshaun because the NFL's better when I know 10 years, check, I got my guy. It's remarkable how few do.